Hi friends, thank you very much for clicking ABC Learning English Solution. Friends, today on this podcast we are going to discuss about the usage of preposition in English sentences. My dear friends, I have written here some of the examples and you can see, first of all I have written he came, then blank space, then home. He is coming, blank space, next week. In this way I have written 8 examples. You can look at this. Now my dear friends, we are really very confused some of the times using preposition. Normally we try to just adjust the preposition with that of the word, just like this one. Suppose we think he came, blank space, then home. Sometimes we think, oh, it will be at, or sometimes we think it will be in. And if we try to understand whether this part sounds natural or this part sounds natural, and after that we write down the preposition. In this way most of us follow this method or follow this trick, but it's not the actual process, my dear friends. We have to know whether in this place we should use the preposition or not. That means we have to know where should we use preposition and where not. My dear friends, we'll get back to these examples at last. Before that, I have something to inform you. My dear friends, you can see I have just divided this word into 2 parts. One is pre and rest of the part is position. So this is preposition, and you know pre means before and position means place. That means the usage of preposition is clearly depicted inside this word. This is the primary usage, my dear friends. So before place means it is placed before something, and that is noun or you can say pronoun. That means, my dear friends, the prepositions always placed before the noun or pronoun. Just in this sentence you can see here I have written one preposition, and this preposition is placed before this noun table. You can see it is placed before the noun. Actually, my dear friends, the preposition placed before the nouns or pronoun and make relations with the other word in the sentence. Just like this one, here we have used this preposition on, and the sentence is the book is on the table. So on is the preposition and it is placed before the noun table. My dear friends, so it has become a prepositional phrase, and this noun is the object of this preposition. This prepositional phrase helps to complete the meaning of this sentence, and my dear friends, this term on, it informs you about the relation between the book and the table. Just like this one, if this is the table, the book is on the table means the picture will be just like this one. That means there is a touch between these two surfaces. For these types of sayings we use the term on. My dear friends, this is the basic, you can say, the introduction of preposition, or you can say the definition of preposition. Actually, my dear friends, we have to know when to use it, or you can say why to use it. Today we will discuss about the same thing. Friends, let's look at this sentence. I have written here I play then football. So I is the subject of this sentence, play is the verb, and this is the object of this sentence. It's a noun. So before that we haven't used any preposition. We haven't used any preposition here. And if I write down this sentence, he died dash cancer. You can look at this sentence. This is the subject, this is the verb, and here it is the noun. Actually it is complement, part of complement, but it's a noun. This is also a noun. Football is also a noun. I mean to say, in this sentence we are not using any preposition, but here in this sentence, my dear friends, obviously we have to use one preposition, that is of. And the question is that why are we using a preposition here but we are not using a preposition here in this sentence? And we have to understand this situation. Why are we using here a preposition and why we are not using this one? This is the main concept of preposition. My dear friends, this is really a tough thing. You can say it's really a tough part of English grammar. But if you think it about logically, and I think it will be very clear to you. I am just going to depict all these things. My dear friends, let's think about the structure of English sentences. My dear friends, this is the basic structure: subject, verb, then object. This is the basic structure of English language. And here in object part, there may be a noun or there may be a pronoun. This is the first one. And in the second part you can see the subject, then the verb, then the adjective. Just like this one, she is beautiful. These types of sentences may be formed by using this structure. And the third one, that is adverb. At first subject, then verb, then adverb. My dear friends, these are the actual structure of English sentences. If you have any problem regarding this section, there is another video. You can get the link in the I button and you can follow this video at first. There I have clearly depicted this thing. If you follow this video, you will be benefited. So my dear friends, here subject, then verb, then object, and in this object there may be noun or pronoun. And my dear friends, there may be complement. That means subject, then verb, then there is no object, only complement. Complement means the words which are used to complete the sense of the sentence. At that time we cannot get object in this sentence. Now my dear friends, here we have to remember one thing. If the structure is subject, then verb, then object, that means subject, then verb, then object. Object is the receiver of this action and subject is the doer of this action. Subject is the doer and object is the receiver of this action. Just like this one, I play football. Think about this one, I play football. Better to say, write down, I kick. I kick the football. Here you can say this is the verb and the subject is I. This is the verb, this is the subject, and the receiver of this kick is the football. That means the football is receiving this action. That's why this is the object. And if you get any sentence in this combination, subject, verb and object, there is no need to use preposition, no preposition. My dear friends, in this structure, we should not use any kind of preposition. Here in this sentence, you can see this is the subject, then verb, then adjective. Adjective, that means there is no such noun or pronoun. So, you know, before the noun and pronoun we should use preposition. So in this structure we should not use preposition. In this sentence, subject then verb then adverb. If you see any kind of sentence where there is the subject then the verb then the adverb, you should not use any preposition. In this structure we should not use any preposition. So my dear friends, we have to know now when to use preposition. Let's look at this part. In a sentence there must be a subject and there must be a verb. And after that, in a sentence there may be object or not, or you can say, my dear friends, there may be the complement. So in a sentence these two parts are mandatory, and these part or rest of the parts, these are not mandatory. As per the need of the sentence we use it. Now we will think about this one. My dear friends, this verb may be transitive or intransitive. This is the most important thing to know about the preposition. My dear friends, if the verb is transitive, transitive means if the verb is having an object. If there is an object, the verb will be called as transitive. And if there is no such object, at that time the verb will be called intransitive. Suppose there is no such object. Rather, there is the complement. So obviously this verb will be intransitive verb. Just I am giving you one example. He came late. Here this is the verb, and if we ask the verb by who, we'll get this answer, he. So this is the subject. And my dear friends, if we ask the verb what or whom, the answer will be the object. Now my dear friends, if we get asked what, come what, there is no such answer. Come whom, there is no such answer. But this part is, my dear friends, this part is adverb. Adverb means we can ask the verb by when, where, how, why, these types of words. There may be so many words, how many times, how often. So these are the words which are used for identifying the adverb in the sentence. My dear friends, these WH words are very much important to understand English language. My dear friends, I'll like to inform you that always you prefer these WH words. Try to ask the question, try to ask the verb by using this question. If you ask the verb by who, you will get the subject. If you ask the verb by what or whom, you will get the object. And if you ask the verb by when, you will get adverb. If you ask by where, you will get adverb. How often, how many times, all these response are the adverbs. Why, all these are adverbs. Only if you ask what type of, the answer will be the adjective. The answer will be adjective. So my dear friends, no need to think about this one right now. So these WH words are very much important now. Here my dear friends, you can see came, if you ask the verb by when, you will get this answer, late. That means this is the adverb. So this is the subject, this is the verb, this is the adverb. In this situation, we do not need to use any kind of preposition. But my dear friends, if your verb is intransitive, that means there is no such object, even though after that there is a noun, in this situation subject, then verb, and this is not the object, there is a noun. But this noun is not the object of this verb. In this situation we have to use preposition. Just like this one, I have given you the same, I am using the same example. He died. Look at this. Then cancer. So look at this sentence, my dear friends. This is the verb. This is the verb. So who died? He. This is the subject. What died? No answer. Whom died? No answer. That means this is an intransitive verb. Intransitive verb means there will not be the receiver of the action. As a result, there is no object. Rather, this is the complement of this sentence, and this is a noun. It's a noun. Now, my dear friends, we have to link this noun with the rest of the words. Now, we will use the preposition of here. And my dear friends, if you think about this structure, of cancer, so of is the preposition and this is the object of this preposition, and it became a prepositional phrase. My dear friends, the preposition makes the prepositional phrase an adverb. This is the main thing. The prepositional phrase, or you can say a preposition with a noun, it just convert into another part of speech, that is adverb. My dear friends, the preposition actually changed the behavior of the noun, the manner of the noun. It was a noun before some time. Whenever we used the preposition, this phrase became the adverb. And my dear friends, I have told you, if this is a preposition, obviously you will get the answer by using these WH words. Now you can see he died. So how he died? He died out of cancer. That means you are getting the answers of this part. That means this part became adverb. Actually, my dear friends, the preposition makes or changes the behavior of the noun and convert the part of speech of a noun into an adverb. It is the activity of the preposition. My dear friends, we'll discuss all these things right this moment. I think the situation is clear. Friends, let's look at this example. Here, this is the subject. This is the verb. And Kolkata, this is the noun. And this verb is an intransitive verb. Intransitive verb. That means there is no such receiver of this action. If you ask this verb by what, there is no answer. If you ask by whom, there is no answer. That means in this sentence there is no such object. That means there is no receiver of this verb. So obviously it's an intransitive verb. And you can see after that there is a noun. My dear friends, we have to use one preposition over here. It's must, because we have to change the part of speech of this noun. If we use, normally before the big cities or before the names of the big countries, we use in. That is separate thing. Where to use in, where to use on, where to use at, all these are separate thing. Today on this podcast, we are just going to focus only this thing, whether in a sentence we should use the preposition or not. My dear friends, that's why I am just saying you it will be in. Now this became a prepositional phrase and Kolkata became the object of this preposition. it became the object of this preposition. Actually, my dear friends, by using this preposition, we got the answer of where. Look at this. Where I live. Where I live, that means in Kolkata. We are getting this answer by asking these words. So obviously, my dear friends, this part is an adverb. Actually, it was a noun, and we changed the manner, or we changed the behavior of this noun. We change it into adverb by using this preposition. Actually, my dear friends, this is the main objective, or this is the main activity of the preposition. Preposition just change the behavior of the noun. In each and everywhere, if you look at this thing, obviously you will follow that we have changed the manner of the noun or manner of the pronoun, and we have made it an adverb. In this situation, we use preposition. I am giving you another example. Just let's look at this example. My dear friends, I am writing down another example. We got independence. We got independence. We write down in 1947. We all know this sentence. Here we are going to discuss about this sentence. Look at this. This is the verb. I am asking the verb by who. Answer is we. This is the subject. Got what? Independence. This is the object. Now, my dear friends, actually this part is subject, verb and object. So within this part, there is no need to use any kind of preposition, because the agreement is subject, then verb, then object. There is no need to use any preposition. But there is, you can see, my dear friends, there is the extension of the sentence. And in this part, my dear friends, first of all, we have to use the where part. And after that, we have to use the when part. Actually, at first where, then when, then how, and at last why. My dear friends, if you are interested to know the ordering of the sentences, I have made one video, and there I have clearly discussed about the ordering of words or ordering of sentences. You can get the link in the I button. You can visit this one. So my dear friends, here there is no such where part, so we have to think about this part, when. My dear friends, this is a number 1947. So this number, you know, it may be a noun, it may be an adjective. If it is adjective, after that obviously there will be a noun, but there is no such noun, so it's not an adjective, it's a noun. Now look at this situation. So in this extension part, obviously we have to use one preposition, otherwise we cannot use this noun, or we cannot, otherwise, my dear friends, we cannot link this noun with the rest of the words. We have to link the noun with the other words, so we should use in. Actually, before year, we should use in, and by using this in, we have converted this group of words into when adverb. When adverb. Actually, my dear friends, it is called adverb of time. Actually, we have converted this noun into a when adverb, and now the sentence is meaningful. In this way, we have to use the preposition. So my dear friends, first of all, we have to think about the structure of the sentence. If the structure is subject, verb and object, we will not use any kind of preposition. If the structure is subject, verb and adverb, we will not any kind of preposition. Now my dear friends, if the structure is subject, then verb, and then there is a noun, or maybe there is a noun or pronoun. And mind it, this noun is not the receiver of this verb. That means this verb is an intransitive verb. If it is transitive verb, this noun will be the receiver of this action. So at that time we will not use any kind of preposition, just like this one, I play football. I play football. Look at this sentence. I is the subject, play is the verb, football is the noun. And this noun is the receiver of this action. So here no need to use any kind of preposition because it is the object. That means subject, verb and object combination. So subject, verb, object combination, we do not use preposition. But here in this situation, if the verb is intransitive, at that time we have to use a preposition before this noun. My dear friends, I think the usage of preposition is clear to you. Now let's look at the examples which were shown earlier. At the beginning of the video, I have just shown you some of the example sentences. We'll discuss about this thing right now. Let's look at this part. At first, he came home. So he came home. This is the sentence, and there is a gap. That means if it is a noun, at that time we have to use a preposition over here. Just look at this example. So this is the verb. We ask the verb by who. Who came? The answer is he. So he is the subject. This is the verb. And what came? No answer. Whom came? No answer. That means there is no such object in this sentence. And it means this verb is an intransitive verb. So after that, if there is any kind of noun, obviously we have to use a preposition. But my dear friends, this term now home, it can be used as noun, it can be used as adverb. So here, look at this sentence. If you ask this verb by where, came where, so the answer will be home. That means he came home. Subject, verb, then adverb. So my dear friends, in this structure we should not use any kind of preposition. No need to use preposition. Let's look at the second example. He is coming blank space next week. This is a noun. Here, my dear friends, this is the verb. Coming is coming. Who is coming? He. This is the subject. This is the verb. This is the auxiliary verb. We are not thinking about this one. Now this part. Coming what? No answer. Coming whom? No answer. That means there is no object. So obviously it's an intransitive verb. And after that there is next week. So week, this term can be used as noun and also it can be used as adverb. You know it, my dear friends. If you ask the verb by when, coming when, answer is next week. That means this is an adverb here. This is not used as a noun here, rather it's an adverb. So my dear friends, subject, then verb, then adverb, we do not need to use any kind of preposition. Next, look at this part. I am going dash school. So my dear friends, this is the verb. Who is going? I. Then what? What going? No answer. Whom going? No answer. That means there is no such object. So here this term used as an intransitive verb. And after that there is a noun. Purely a noun. So my dear friends, we have to change the behavior of this noun. We have to make this part an adverb. And for that, obviously we have to use a preposition. And my dear friends, we have to use to here. Actually we for showing any kind of direction we use to. So here we wrote down to. I am going to school. That means this prepositional phrase became an adverb. That means we changed the behavior of this noun. We changed the manner of this noun by using these two. That means from noun we converted this noun into an adverb. So the subject became subject, so the structure became subject, then verb, then adverb. And we use this one. Now look at this sentence 4. Number 4. He is the subject, gets up. This is the verb. Now my dear friends, this is not a preposition here. Actually, it's called a phrasal verb. That is a separate thing. We'll discuss about this thing in another video. Just think about this one. This is a verb. Now there is the blank space. There is early. So the verb is gets up. Who gets up? He. This is the subject. What gets up? No answer. Whom gets up? No answer. That means there is no object. So this is used intransitively. And after that, what is there? Early. So if we ask the verb by when, the answer will be early. That means it's an adverb. So we do not need to use any kind of preposition here. My dear friends, I think you can understand the situation. Now let's look at this part. Number 5. He died, then blank space, then cancer. He is the subject. This is the verb. I am asking the verb by who. The answer is he. Who died? He. This is the subject. This is the verb. And what died? No answer. Whom died? No answer. That means it's an intransitive verb. So obviously, after intransitive verb, if there is adverb, at that time no need to use any kind of preposition, but there is a noun. You can see this is the name of a disease. It's a noun, purely as a noun. So my dear friends, we have to use a preposition over here, and we have to change the manner of this noun, and we should use of here. So of cancer. He died of cancer. That means this part became the adverb. We added one preposition with this noun and changed the manner of this noun. We changed it into an adverb. Now the structure is quite okay. Now let's look at this example. He killed. Kill is the verb. Who killed? He. Now my dear friends, what killed? A tiger. Here look at this part. He killed a tiger. So it's an object. That means we should not use any kind of preposition over here. Dear friends, think about these two words. Killing. Killing is suppose a person is killing to some another person by using a dagger. So obviously the other person who is being killed, he has to receive this dagger in his body. After that he will be dead. So my dear friends, it's a transitive verb always. And that's why a transitive verb means there must be an object. So a tiger is the object here. That means there is no need to use any kind of preposition. Subject, then verb, then object. The basic structure of English sentence. No need to use any kind of preposition. Here, my dear friends, let's look at this one. He came late. Look at this sentence. He came late. This is the sentence. The verb is came. So who came? He. So this is the subject. This is the verb. And what came? No answer. Whom came? No answer. There is late. So if you ask the verb by when came? The answer is late. So it's an adverb. So no need to use any kind of preposition. Now my dear friends, this is the last one. Look at this example. He was dash home. Here my dear friends, this is the subject and this is the verb. This is called the state verb. That means this verb cannot show any kind of action. As a result, we cannot say whether it is transitive or intransitive. In this situation, obviously, my dear friends, we have to use the adverbial form. And here it's a noun. As there is no such action, so we cannot say it's an adverb. Obviously, it's a noun. and before the noun, for linking these words, obviously we have to use a preposition, and after that this prepositional phrase will act as an adverb. So here we have to use he was at home. My dear friends, this was the usage of preposition. My dear friends, I think it's clear when to use preposition. This is the most important thing, my dear friends. We can use in, on, at. There are so many hundreds of prepositions are there, and we should know the rules, or we should know the system, where to use in, where to use at, where to use on. But that is separate thing. First of all, we have to be clear about this thing, whether we should use the preposition or not. If it is not clear to us, we cannot write down the perfect preposition in the perfect place. So my dear friends, on this podcast I discussed when to use preposition or why to use preposition. Friends, I think this video is clear to you, and you can use these structures, or you can use this system in your learning process.